And here is a 19-inch track. We didn't start looking for tracks until we saw a new deadfall. If you watch our videos, Brody and I were here last week. Look at this massive tree, and this tree smashed a smaller tree and fell over. And we suspect that if it's not natural, if it was a Bigfoot, he was trying to knock it over this little animal trail. If you see that animal trail that we use, and there's the big massive tree. So anyway, I come around on the backside. Elk hunters have been up here, and then we come up here all the time, and we've already found one impediment down by a waterfall that actually went over the trail, and we suspected it wasn't natural, but we couldn't prove it. Still can't prove that this wasn't natural. But here's the big boy. Check out this footprint right here, you guys. You know, this thing's huge. This is the 19-incher. The toes and stuff are up here. You know, right there. He really like ground in right here, and then his heel is real prominent, almost 19 inches down here. But it looks like he come up and he shoved this thing over. He's probably trying to shove it over the trail, and you know, even when you're sawing these things down, collecting wood, and I've done that a lot in my life, with the chainsaw and everything, they don't always go where you want them to go, and he didn't get over the trail. He was probably like, you know, whatever type of swear words a Squatch uses, he was probably like crap, you know. But here's his footprint. Well, anyway, before we come up here, we stopped by Wally's house. He lives down in Sasquatch Canyon, 4 houses in, and the property that the people own below that built the homes on, or summer homes anyway, they bought from Wally. But he was telling us a lot of stories about up here. Just the last couple of years, he's been attacked by a black bear. He was trying to shoo it away with a broom at nighttime when it was on his back porch, and it took the broom away from him, and he had to shoot to scare it away. And then he was talking about a mountain lion that tried attacking him, and it actually tore into his arm and stuff, and that was another nighttime encounter. It's not good to be in Rough Hollow and Sasquatch Canyon at night. And anyway, Brody, Jenny, and we've been finding footprints back in here. I mean, we find Sasquatch footprints like the one that I'm showing you right here, the big old 19-incher. But we've been finding like the biggest black bear footprints back in here, and we keep on saying that's a grizzly bear. Well, Wally, we just sat down with him for a couple hours before we come back in here, and he says he's seen at least 2 different grizzlies back in this area. You know, the fishing game and the wildlife unit and everything says they're not this far south. This is on the south side of the Uintas of Utah. They're not even supposed to be in the North Uintas, Bear Lake, blah 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 blah. I'm just saying, up on the north side of the Uintas last year, I know I saw grizzly footprints, and back here we just keep thinking we see a grizzly or the biggest black bear ever on record. And anyway, Wally, who lives back here, he's a rancher. I don't know his age. I hope you're not listening to this, Wally, but he's been retired for several years, so whatever that age that makes him. He used to be a sheriff in Salt Lake County, but he's retired up here. But he says he's seen the biggest bear up here. He don't know what it was. That's his Bigfoot story, and I think he's warming up to us. He wanted our phone number and email address and stuff before we left today. So he had some company that showed up. He was just about ready to break down and tell us his Bigfoot encounter. And anyway, but what he told us last week, it's the biggest bear he's ever saw in his life, and he don't know what it was. But anyway, he told us today that he's seen a couple of bear back here that he really thinks are grizzly. He knows what a black bear looks like, and we're finding footprints that corroborate what he's talking about. These footprints are grizzly size. So you know, not only are we doing a Bigfoot investigation back here because it's a Utah hot spot, you know, if there's a grizzly back here, I'm sure everybody wants to know. And if the black bear can live back here and the grizzlies can live back here, why can't Bigfoot? And I just like to keep recording old footprints to show you guys how fast they dilapidate. But this was a deep one, and then this is the one that we casted. This is a 19-incher, and the next one in the stride, it was a 72-inch stride. I can't even really make that one out anymore. I'll put my footprint near it. You guys might be able to see a little indentation of what's left. I think the only reason that this one's left is because we casted it and dug up some dirt with it and stuff. But we're up here on the Sasquatch Highway, Bigfoot Highway, we call it both. It's up here in Rough Hollow. But we've got 30 plus footprints over the last couple of months in this area, and we just love it. We like coming back here, and then we also like that direction, a place that we call LOG, Land of Giants. We backtracked some footprints there on September 21st, and it's turned out to be a great place. Last week, as a matter of fact, Brody and I tracked some 19 and 14-inch footprints, and the one that left the 19-inch footprints put its hand down twice. We think it's the female, put her hand down twice. It was the right hand on a steep section, and we were excited. In my 7 years of serious Bigfoot research, it's the first handprints I've ever gotten in my life, so that was exciting. But anyway, tracks, it rains a lot here. It rained 4 days in a row this last week. It rained all the way up till Thursday night. We come up here Friday night and camped, and now we're down here during the daytime on Saturday. It's the 12th of October 2013. But here is a new 15-inch track. We found some 15-inch tracks here last week. God, we keep on thinking that there's only like 4 or 5 individuals, but this is a 6th. I mean, last week's the first time we found a 15-incher, and I'm gonna get down here, and it's kind of late and dark. We got a late start. The guy that lives the furthest in Sasquatch Canyon, there's only 4 homes there, and they're all summer homes except for our one friend Wally. But we sat and talked about the wildlife and him having a broom taken away by him this last winter by a black bear, and a couple of years ago we had a mountain lion attack him and rip up his arm real good. But he talks about seeing some grizzly bears back here. We found some very good sized footprints, but this one's a 15-inch squatch. The big toe's up here, and the toes run along here, and then the heel is down here. It's the 15-incher, and it seems like we find the really small juvenile footprints with the 14-incher. We think that's the female that the 19-incher is hanging out with and having children with. So I don't know, maybe this 15-incher is a subadult, or it's a subadult male, or it's another female. I don't know how well this is turning out for you guys. I'm going to put my 10.5 boot, which is probably 12.5 inches long after having the boot on, but I'm going to put it next to the footprint. And that footprint's about 6.5 inches wide. That's a pretty nice footprint. I'm sorry it doesn't show up on camera as well as it does in real life, but I'm not up here to show you guys miracles or to make footprints or whatever. I'm here up to study and take photographs and pictures of what I find. And sorry, this is what I found today, and it wasn't here last week. This is the newest footprint on the Sasquatch Highway. It's a 15-incher, and then I already took you guys over and showed you the 19-incher that we casted like a month ago, and it's barely visible. But We really like the Sasquatch Highway. Wally told us several years ago he saw a bear so big he don't know what it was. And then he's also told us that a lot of his neighbor ranchers up here say that this canyon's haunted. And I don't know, maybe it's haunted or maybe it's Bigfoot activity that makes people think it's haunted. But he's really happy that we're up here doing research. And I know he has more animal stories. Hopefully some of them are Bigfoot to tell us. But we'll keep you guys posted. Oop, I just heard a whoop, Jenny. I hope the camera picked it up. I just heard a whoop up that way. It didn't sound like a bear bellow either. I hope the camera caught that. I don't know, I was jabberjawing so much. It's a big old whoop. Pretty guttural. Did you hear it, honey? They're so low baritone, some of the bear calls and some of the Squatch calls, that you ignore them, especially when you're talking and stuff. It's not a usual tone that a human picks up on, but I heard it. I'm starting to pick up on that. Sound like a good little whoop. Did you find a good footprint over there? Holy crap. Alright. We found another one on Sasquatch Highway. It looks like Jenny just found another one. Oh my gosh, it's ginormous.
Where's the tape? I'll go get it.
Yeah, go grab the tape measure.
Somebody's been playing with sticks.
Yeah, a stick got stuck in the ground. Well, we think there's a juvenile up here. We found a couple of spots where it looks like the 14-inch female sets the juvenile down, and it's really rambunctious. You know, we see a lot of the little tracks, and it runs around, rolls around, peels bark off of trees, makes mini structures. I took some pictures of the mini structures. We'll post them on our website. Oh.
I don't...
Yeah.
Here?
That looks like a good spot for it. That looks like the 19-incher, 18 and a half, 19 inches to me. That's a good 18-inch footprint right there. Yeah, Jenny found it behind this juniper tree. Here's a juniper, Sasquatch Highway. We found the 15-inch right over there. You know what? This may be an old one that leads up to the one we casted. He may have walked really close to this tree, because if you come this way, this is the one that we casted. If I can find it, oh, it's right here. That's the one we casted. And then the other 18 and a half, 19-inch footprint Jenny just found right here behind the tree. I'm telling you what, this is Sasquatch Highway. I mean, we need to go back through and record the new prints, but we found 30+ prints here. So this is definitely the Bigfoot Highway of Sasquatch Canyon, Rough Hollow, and we're getting some animal
That's weird. I could have swore I heard a dog whining. You know how they whine through their nose?
And I just heard a woof. Well, we can't stay in here past dark. We already know there's either a big black bear up here, and Wally says that the big prints we're finding is a grizzly bear. So anyway, we're going to look around a little bit more, and then we got to get out of here. It's getting late. We're back in Rough Hollow, and we just naturally assume that these massive bear footprints that we've been finding is like the biggest black bear that we've ever seen in our lives, and we joke around how it's probably a grizzly, but there's the hind footprint that's almost 11 inches in length, and you can see the claws that kind of dug in at the front of that one. But we got a couple of its front paws, and I just want to show you one of the really good front paws right there. I mean, I'll put my hand right by it and over it, but that's a front paw. Well, anyway, the local that lives near the mouth of Sasquatch Canyon, Rough Hollow, is I'm gonna move some of the leaves out of here for you guys. But anyway, the guy that lives furthest in Sasquatch Canyon. There's only 4 homes, and they're all summer homes except for him. He lives the furthest in, and he lives year round. And the ones below, he sold them. He sold the property to the people that built the summer homes there and stuff. But he lives here year round, and he was telling us just today that he knows he's seen at least 2 grizzlies back in here. He knows they're grizzlies and stuff. And there's not supposed to be grizzlies in northern Utah. And anyway, the last couple of years we've been finding stuff that we think's grizzly that's not, you know, some giant black bear. And there's the front print. And you know, we got this guy has been around the block. You know, he's lived here for, what did he say, Jenny, 38 years. And he used to be the sheriff in Salt Lake County. And so you know, when he says that he's seen a couple of grizzlies back here, and he knows what black bears are. As a matter of fact, he's got a black bear mounted on his wall along with all of his other trophies. But anyway, he won't give us a Bigfoot story. Just said he's seen a bear so big he don't know what it was. I'm sure he's got a story to tell, and he will eventually when he gets to know us. We won't really give out his last name or exactly where he lives and stuff. He may want to stay anonymous, but we want to know what he's seeing here. This is a hot spot in Utah. That's why we're here studying the area. But Jenny and I already filmed a new, to us, it looked like it may be a week old or so, but we found a new almost 19-inch footprint. And we found another 15-incher, and that was on the Bigfoot Highway. And now we're finding signs of a very large, I doubt it's a black bear. I just never seen tracks from a black bear this big. This is probably the grizzly that he's talking about. You know, this isn't too far from where grizzly bears are protected and stuff, if you think about it, as far as animals. The Tetons and whatchamacallit, Yellowstone National Park, Glacier. There's grizzlies all over those areas, and there is no reason why they wouldn't follow the Rocky Mountain Corridor and make it this far south. We have wolves. Wolves have only been introduced for what, like 15 years, and there's already a pack on top of Monte Cristo that's being studied of 12 wolves or more. And last year me and Jenny got to see one of those wolves, and as a matter of fact, the gentleman that lives down here at the mouth of Sasquatch Canyon says he's seen a couple of wolves here. This is a very squatchy area, and we really feel like the evidence that we found, there's a family of 4 or more Bigfoot that live back here in Rough Hollow.